about where you're at. Okay, so the main thing we looked at first and foremost was setup.
Yep.
Talking about kind of that capital Y shape that you got yourself in.
Yeah.
Club was basically putting back to the middle of you, really, okay? Arms either side, shoulders level, which means your left arm's going to have to be sort of tucked up a little bit, and that's going to cause issues in terms of rotation and turning, because your left arm kind of here, now you try and turn, it's like, where's it go? Yeah, it needs to be sort of down, hanging from the shoulders there, okay? And then obviously during the swing, there was limited kind of rotation. The torso's not really moving there now. It's more with your elbows splaying, and as you came through the ball, head stayed down. Then it kind of came through a bit at the end there, but there wasn't really much of a twist there with the body. It was more you were just being dragged around by the momentum of the arms rather than you actually turning your body, okay? Yeah. So that was kind of your setup there in the backswing. This is your practice swing now, Ken. So the lead arm there, a little bit on the bent side there. The hand will get a little bit further forward, but we're getting in the right spot there. The practice swing now, as we said, we're going to focus on turn the body. So your shoulders have turned back there more. The knee does go, that's fine. But we're turning the body better, tone the body better through. That's actually the movement we want to try and make. As you said, like a forehand shot would be hitting tennis, I guess. Yeah. So when we set to the golf ball here now, having done that good practice swing, you'll see now when you put the golf club down, instinctively, look where your hands have gone. They've gone towards your right leg, not the left. Yeah. We remind you, and then you do go, whoop, and you shove them forward. Yeah. But you can see there now when you get into that position, how much better that is, and when the hand goes on it. And that's what you got to try and do, okay? So putting that club forward, as I say, as a visual, when you look down, the edge of your hand should be inside the edge of your foot there. As a guide, at least when you look down, you can see kind of roughly, because if you go down, even if you're, there's a gap there between your hands there and the club face, the right hand, the club face there, okay? So just to give you sort of a visual of what it should look like. And then in terms of the swing there now, we're turning better. Yeah, the knee moves. That's fine. That's a characteristic or trigger. That's fine. Now, the wrists have gone a little bit that way, but at least by turning more in time, the wrists won't need to do that. When they weren't moving the body, your wrists had to do this, okay? Yeah. Now we're turning in time, we won't need to do it. But again, at the moment, get the engine working proper, get the body rotating, both on the way back, then on the way through. Yeah, I mean, that's a much better turn through the ball there now, as opposed to that. And if you actually watch this swinging kind of full speed, you kind of go back, stop, and then, oh, where's it gone? There's a bit of an afterthought look, whereas this one just has so much more speed, okay? As you're swinging through here now, good turn going back, and it's not fast out of control, but there's some speed there. You're actually turning through the ball. Again, good connection with the ball there, twisting through towards target. So you're getting your body and your rotation from both your hip, your shoulder. This foot's now starting to move as well, so it's going in the right direction. It's going in the right direction. But I would practice, as I say, getting into that setup. So you start off with the arm like that. Right arm underneath it, because then again your right shoulder needs to be a bit lower than your left shoulder, only because the right hand is underneath the left hand. If you go this way, the left arm's going to bend in. Okay. Does that make sense?
Does make sense.
Some things to work on there. I say, from your point of view, practice the setup to the point where you can't not do it. Now, if that means spending a couple of minutes a day every day in front of the mirror, just learning it, it's just a feeling. How do I look, and what does that look like? So eventually, over time, you'll grab that club and go, this is what I do. You'll be there going, okay, because we saw after the good practice swing, instinctively you came back to where you wanted to, back hands behind the ball there, okay? Which I think from a tennis perspective, to hit the ball high, you'd hit the ball with your hands behind the rack and scoop it. But when the ball's on the ground, you try and scoop it, you just top it. The ball in tennis is up in the air, we can hit the bottom of the ball. In the game of golf, that ball's sat on the ground. There's no way you can hit the... You can't get under it, it's just it's set on the ground. Okay?
Yes, thank you.
Very good.